I am Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on NewsTalk, 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO in Lubbock, Texas. I encourage you to, if you're not in Lubbock, you can listen online at KFYO.com, and also follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio on Twitter. President Trump and his travel ban, or whatever else you want to call it, it's heading to the Supreme Court. President Trump on Monday morning lashed out via Twitter, having a little bit of a tweet storm, saying that his ban is in fact a travel ban. He doesn't care what other people call it, but it is a ban. And then he also sort of went after his own Department of Justice, saying that he wished the original ban had not been watered down. George Conway, the husband of White House counselor Kellyanne Conway, reading from Daily Caller here, tweeted out Monday that the president's criticism of the Department of Justice for not sticking with the original travel ban will hurt the government's case in the United States Supreme Court. Let's see here. Trump saying the Justice Department should have stayed with the original travel ban, not the watered down, politically correct version they submitted to the SC. Trump tweeted, the Justice Department should ask for an expedited hearing of the watered down travel ban before the Supreme Court and seek a much tougher version. Conway, who is an attorney, and he was a leading contender to head the DOJ's civil division before pulling his name out, wrote, these tweets may make some people feel better, but they certainly won't help the Office of the Solicitor General get 5 votes in SCOTUS, which is what actually matters. Conway also sent out a few more tweets saying, quote, I want to be clear in response to the inquiries. I still very strongly support POTUS, his administration and policies, the executive order, and of course, my wonderful wife. His wife, of course, being Kellyanne Conway in the White House. He went on to tweet, which is why I said what I said this morning. Every sensible lawyer and every political appointee at the DOJ would agree with me, as some already have told me, that the point can't be stressed enough that tweets on legal matters seriously undermine the administration's agenda, and POTUS and those who support him, as I do, need to reinforce that point and not be shy about it. Okay, so this gets back to President Trump's Twitter account. I've spoken with a number of lawmakers who have, publicly, they're very supportive, even privately. They're supportive of the president, but they wish he'd put the phone down every now and then and not get on Twitter. When it comes to issues like this, when a case is going before the Supreme Court and you feel as though it's a very important issue that's going to the Supreme Court, probably not a smart idea to tweet about it. Trump has to balance the Twitter version of Trump versus the I'm going to be hands off on this issue, and it's a difficult balance, I think, for the president, because one of the ways he became so popular and so connected to people was via Twitter. He is able to get on Twitter. He is able to send his thoughts unfiltered, which is great, and sometimes he shoots himself in the foot. I think overall, with this, I think he's got to be careful going into the future. My hope is that the United States Supreme Court will actually take a look at the actual executive order, something that previous judges have not done. View the executive order and put everything else to radio silence. Basically, what Trump said during the campaign, what Trump is tweeting now, forget all about that and look at the actual executive order and answer the question, is it constitutional? If they do that, if the United States Supreme Court will look at just the executive order, I think they'll see that it is, yes, constitutional. A president can go through and suspend entry or suspend travel from certain countries into the United States. A president can do that. It's under his ability as president of the United States. I think if they can just focus on the executive order and cancel out everything else, then they should be able to uphold the executive order on the travel ban. For President Trump, he's got to be careful going into the future because the courts have already shown that they're going to put equal weight not only on what the paper says, but what he says both on Twitter and in public. So he's got to think about that moving into the future, I believe. Do I want President Trump to quit tweeting? No, of course not. I'm on Twitter. I'm a huge fan of Twitter. I do wish that at certain points Trump would choose his battles. I don't know why he's picking a fight with the mayor of London. I think Trump needs to move beyond that. I think there are other issues that you can hit the mayor of London on later if you really want to, but you're president of the United States. You don't need to worry about the mayor of London. You need to worry about the British prime minister. Remember when Trump was talking about climate change, he was elected president of Pittsburgh, not Paris. Well, Mr. President, you were elected president of, well, we'll throw out Levelland, Texas, not London. So that's something for the president to remember moving forward. Also, I think that with Twitter, again, Trump can connect to people the way no other politician has been able to. In my opinion, Twitter is more beneficial than it actually hurts. Is it politically correct? No. But for Trump, Twitter helps him in the long run. He's able to get his message out unfiltered, and it's something that other presidents have not been able to take advantage of or just refuse to take advantage of. And I think you'll see future presidents take advantage of it, but probably in a much more disciplined way. For Trump, I think he has to be very careful when it comes to legal issues when he sends out tweets. Other than that, keep at it. Have a lot of fun. Again, lawmakers that I've spoken to, they support Trump. They just wish that every now and then someone would take his phone away from him. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 a.m. KFYO in Lubbock, Texas. You can listen online at KFYO.com and follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Have a great day. We'll talk again on the radio show on KFYO.